You might be surprised how much airsoft replica scope has evolved in the past 2 years. I came from an airsoft background. That is why I have been paying a lot of attention to their development. At the end of 2025, I've found probably the best Night Force ATACR LPVO replica I have ever seen so far. Night Force ATACR is a very popular LPVO among Milsim players, and it's pretty hard to find one on the market. Besides, they're pretty expensive as well. So let's dive into today's video and compare the replica version with the original one to see how close the replica one is to the real one. I was shocked to see how far the manufacturer went to make this replica LPVO. So I decided to bring it to my friend at the SweatShop, let him take a look at it and see if he can tell it's a replica.
Okay, got some foam. Wow, the FDE ATACR 1-8. Very.
How much did one of
nice.
these? Yeah, how much did one of these cost?
If you can find it, it's going to stretch you about $2,600 if you can find it. And this is pretty nice. Wow. Look, check this one out. FDE ATACR. That's pretty rare.
From the box to the stickers, even to the small packages within, these manufacturers make sure you get the full experience of unpacking a Night Force ATACR. At least for myself, I can't tell this is an airsoft replica LPVO's packaging just by looking at them. They're all made in very high quality. I don't think anybody can tell the difference just by the look of it. I put the replica LPVO right next to the black version ATACR, and notice that the trademark on the battery caps look very different. However, at SHOT Show this year, I found that the FDE ATACR actually has a very different trademark design compared to the black edition. And this replica seems to have done a great job at replicating those trademarks. As for the color of this replica LPVO, it's very hard to tell. Because to my knowledge, even the real one's color could look slightly different if they're from different batches or under different lighting conditions. But luckily, SweatShop has a FDE Night Force LPVO mount in stock. So we put them together, and I will say at least for me, I can't really tell the difference. So let's put it this way. I won't say the color of the replica is 100% accurate, but they are very close to one of the batches from Night Force. The only two details that I can find that do not match with the original are the position of the lever and the screw on the magnification ring, and the coil is different on the lens cap. So I guess I could give it an 8 out of 10 for the exterior look of this replica. Now, let's take a look through these lenses to see if the replica is clear and crispy enough compared to the real deal. I specifically picked a cloudy afternoon behind a window to make the light condition rougher so it can see its actual capabilities. It's pretty easy to notice that the reticle of the replica ATACR is different from the black Night Force ATACR. The reticle it replicated is the FC-DMX reticle. By comparing them with camera footage and my own eyes, the replica LPVO has a very crispy image, almost identical image quality to the Night Force ATACR, even on the far distance. Next, I set my camera on a motorized rail with a 50mm lens to simulate human eyes, so we can check the eyebox size on both scopes. From this test, we can actually tell a very distinguished difference between the two. While we can see the perfect picture on both of them at a similar distance, but you could lose your side picture pretty fast with the replica ATACR, which means the replica ATACR has a much smaller eyebox compared to the real one. That also means it would be slower for the user to find the perfect sight picture. The company who made this replica LPVO told me it is due to their internal structure redesign. They're trying to get a bigger field of view, which sacrifices the size of the Eyebox. Now, we can clearly see the replica LPVO does have a slightly bigger field of view, but I personally think that is not the type of trade-off I would like to have, because I believe a faster side picture is much more important than a little extra image that I can see through the scope. They told me that they will make this change on their next coming product, a 126 LPVO. I guess we will just have to wait and see what's that going to look like in the future. I have put roughly 500 plus rounds of 308 through this MCX spear after I mounted this ATACR replica on it. It's time to check if it can still hold zero. The first test I have conducted is a windage and elevation accuracy test. I will aim at the same spot while adjusting the same amount of MOA on the windage knobs on both directions to see if I can hit a symmetric groupings on the target. And I would do the same thing with the elevation as well. From the result, I think we can pretty much say the windage and elevation adjustment on this replica ATACR are functioning as they are intended to. While I'm not a very good long-range shooter, but I still challenge myself to do a 100-yard grouping test with this replica LPVO mounted on the MCX spear. One thing I can tell you, the semi-mode on FRT trigger is really horrible for long-range shooting. The weather on that test day was very windy, and with all the other factors combined, the result wasn't very good. So I have shot 11 rounds at 100 yards, and judging from the grouping, I don't think the scope is the one to blame here. It's just I am a terrible long-range shooter. And just for fun, I'm going to run a US Army simulation loadout with this MCX spear and the replica LPVO to see its rapid fire accuracy at 50 yards after a lot of movement.
Holy shit!
So I have ran for 100 yards with 2 level 3 armors on me and shot 46 shots to this 50 yard target within 1 minute. 6 shots of semi-auto and 40 shots of FRT mode. There were 17 hits, 9 hits on his chest, 6 shots on his stomach, 2 shots on his right arm. While the accuracy is not looking too good, but I don't think this guy can extract after taking these 17 shots of 308 ammo. Generally speaking, I think this replica 9-Force ATACR could be considered a quality airsoft replica scope, and it could be used on real steel shooting while holding 0. But it's definitely not as good as the real counterpart. And it does have some major flaws like small eyebox size, but since it only costs $300 to $400, I would say if you are on a budget and you still want that Milson look, this might be a great option for you. As for the real steel shooter, I would definitely not recommending this to you if you're looking for a scope for your duty rifles, but it could be a great alternative options for your range toys or rental guns. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you would like to see more product review, comment down below. I will try to make them happen.
What's up?